Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video on this day trading series on Euro USD. This week we just focus on Euro USD. Buckle up, because next week I'll be showing you then how to do this with about more than 5 pairs and making sure that there's no correlation between the pairs. It's just really, I wanted to use one simple pair, the most liquid pair, to kind of like teach this kind of stuff. And then next week we'll be jumping into a couple of the pairs I run scenario analysis on. But this is technically now part 6 if you're following the series quite closely. Another end for a trading day for me, the time is 20 past 9. I am absolutely tired. Normally I'd go on for another 45 minutes, maybe until about 10 p.m, 10:30, and then call it a day. But I'm absolutely done, and there's not much I'm doing. I'm just literally watching the markets. Beautiful sell trade on Euro USD, which is what the next rollout clips are going to be talking towards. I didn't have to work hard for it. It was after we spoke about in the last video, break of structure, taken out of the supply. This was the NFP supply area on Friday last week, right? So there was no ways, generally speaking, sometimes it happens, but most of the time, sell orders or buy orders from a big high impact news event do require at least 2 touches before those orders are useless, right? So I had a pending order here, and you'll see that play out in the rollout, but then there are many things that I speak about. This area here, liquidity sell side being taken out, how market left me, right? So the first attempt to sell at that level, price actually left without me, and somewhere here, and price started to come down or something here, right? And the assumption was, well, maybe markets are turning without me, but slowly but surely, markets at about 8:30 in the morning, just before the London session, started to go to the downside, and it felt like when I was recording it that, I'd been left behind. But I'm so glad I didn't chase the trade, never chase trades. And if you understand this basic schematic that I keep drawing of support and resistance and what it actually means, you will then I apologize, you will then be able to kind of like understand why it's important you just stick to whatever your trading plan is. Eventually, price did eventually come into trigger me once again, 1 hour time frame. Clean levels drawn out, your area of entry is your area of entry, waiting, and then I got triggered into price, and then I sold, I held, I recorded the whole thing. This is just an introduction to the rollout you're about to see. But what's important, because every time it's about something past 3 p.m, I'm always in a rush to start meeting up with my senior traders, is the fact that I don't think I remember fully explaining why I took profit here. Today was a mad day in the markets. We had ECB, we had the Euro repo rate, we had Powell speaking straight after that about interest rate, right? So you can imagine Euro is increasing rates by 75 basis point. Powell is talking about increasing rates quite aggressively until the fight with inflation is over. Right, so there are 2 hawkish central banks at the same time. If you're emotionally watching how this red candle formed, the massive green wicks that kept happening earlier on, where when the news came out, I mean, check this out. Look at this crazy green, and Corobus 2 and Lion started to talk, and then he said eventually the big 4. It was actually like an insane day. Plus, we just found out that Queen Elizabeth has passed on and all that kind of stuff, right? So why, I think maybe for this introduction, so it has value before you watch the rest of the tape, let's just quickly remind ourselves of something. Yesterday, 24 hours ago, we had a change of character, right, which were identified in the smaller time frames in the zone here. All right, so let's just make that very clear. So we identified this. Not only that, but I took a trade. Remember, I took a profitable buy trade from this area somewhere down there on the 1 minute time frame. But we have a strong change of character on the 1 hour time frame. Just kind of like points to the upside. So this is a buyer's market. Yesterday's market was a buyer's market. Yesterday, markets were risk on. If you look at the stocks, look at indices, markets were quite risk on yesterday. And so what you have, no matter how you feel about it, I've done a big video, by the way, on the schematic flow. I keep saying now, when I released it, it's now done. I recorded it today. It's absolutely done. So you're going to watch this video right now, what I'm doing now, tomorrow Friday, because tomorrow Friday is not a trading day for me. The way my Fridays are organized, I cannot trade on Fridays. I don't want to trade. Friday is my free day. I do other important things on Fridays, right? So you're going to watch this video right now, right? Thursday's trading, tomorrow Friday, and then it's going to be the schematic video on how to read these structures, how to find inducement, liquidity, all the little behind the scenes things that I'm doing to get these trades. That video will drop on Saturday. It's already been done. All right, it's just an so that there's a video a day on the channel to help keep your learning journey very much forward momentum and moving in the right direction. So please do look out for that video. But I break down a lot of these things right now because of a change of character here yesterday, 24 hours ago, a strong bullish market. Where I could have turned that $200 to about $100 quite easily. And I not been in a rush to close. Remember, as a day trader, you kind of like want to close your trades as well, right? Markets have done something very interesting. So I'm just saying, I never really explained this in the rollout you're about to watch. But the reason why I knew it was now time to take profit for the sell was because this level here might not have an order block, but this level here is a very important retracement. So if I draw a bullish retracement line, you can see right there our golden ratio is just sitting just under this H1 demand, which I warn about in my video as to why it's not a good idea. I tell you guys that there's no confluence on the 2-hour time frame, and we got burnt by something quite similar yesterday when we tried to sell here on the H1 without an H2 confluence zone, right? So markets literally burn through this demand, wick out, take out anyone who had any type of buy orders in this area, and then turns by the golden ratio and has been going up ever since. So this was the beautiful move I caught today. Again, just my another lucky $200 and something US. I'm sure along the way I'll have thrown the screen grab so you can just see for yourself. But $241 was how much was made in this movement. Once again, short move to the wrong side, creating the high of the day. The London session always create the lows or highs of the day. Yesterday, the session created the low of the day of the session, right? I'm not doing well, guys. I apologize. And then today, price created a high of the day right there, right? So watch that in. Markets triggered a sell limit order of mine, and then markets just kept dropping. Took out any buyers here. I was not a trader in this buy area, but this is also just a retracement zone for buyers, right? So it's a buyer's market. If you really think about it, right, the markets might need a little bit more time to get attuned to what just happened today, but you should have a strong euro given the hawkish nature of ECB right now, and also just by virtue of jumping from 50 basis point to 125 basis point, meaning the euro today got a rate hike of 75 basis point, right? That's generally quite bullish things to look out for, but obviously structure is king. They burned fundamental traders today. Fundamental traders thought this was just going to be an easy picking, right? Because euro is going to get, a rate hike, which is normally good for the currency. But we knew that there was a supply there, and that supply had to be either tested or broken, right? So always trade in line with your supply and demand and structure reading. I think that's all I have for you guys in terms of, introduction to today's rollout. The video might be slightly shorter. There's not really much to do. Except for just watch this chart play out and then cash in, but no losses today. Beautiful day. Another $200 and something day. Yesterday we had a $200 and something today with the 55 US dollar loss. That was Wednesday, and then on Tuesday we had a very clean $300 and something day. So let's call it 315, right? And then on Wednesday, 2 something, but we also had a 55 US dollar loss, right? So let's make that 190. I can work out the exact same things, the exact same figures for you. And then today we've got 241, right? So just judging by my last 3 trading days, bearing in mind that on Friday I did not trade at all. I'm sorry, on Friday I'm not trading, but also on Monday I did not trade. It was a banking holiday. In reality, just by trading Euro USD, the last number being 241, so 315 on Tuesday. Yesterday, sorry, I might also just pull up the exact figures so that we don't have any problems. Just give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I can't seem to find it now. Oh, there we go. I was looking at my at the 365 hedge account. Right. So Monday, no trading. Cool. Then Tuesday, Euro USD specifically 315, and then on Wednesday, which was yesterday, we had 226. So this is 226 on Wednesday. I'm sorry about the mess. Right. And then today 241. Right. Simple. Just still on one asset. Right. Literally a 3-day trading week. Even Monday and Friday was no trading. I mean, guys, this is very sustainable. I mean, again, I liked looking at 10 charts for scenario analysis. I really enjoy looking at 10 charts for scenario analysis. They don't all trigger at the same time, but as a day trader, most of those moves are absolutely within an arm's reach, right? Within a 48 to 72 hour, turnover period, right? So there's no real reason why anyone should not be enjoying this, right? That's approximately $782 up on just Euro USD, but minus my loss. The stop loss tag that I got hit yesterday of about $55 is supposed to be at 686 just for trading 3 days this week. That's ridiculous. That's not easy money. Absolutely, by no means was this easy, but it was very calculated. It was very risk away. It was within the rules, and it was profitable, right? Very profitable, very profitable, right? So if you make 686, right, this week, and I lost 55, that's 1:12 risk to reward ratio. That's incredible, right? That means I can make more mistakes next week and still remain a consistent profitable trader, right? Anyways, I hope you enjoy the rollout. Look out for the actual lecture around the stuff, around the concepts, liquidity areas, how it plays out, and why, generally speaking, with this methodology, you will always stay up on top, right? Don't forget the links down below, blah, blah, blah. Click on them, register, time is moving. And yeah, let me know how you guys feel about this video, right? 365, take care and enjoy what's about to come next. Peace. Morning, ladies and gentlemen, 365. Welcome to another episode of our day trading series. Starting you guys off on Euro USD. Trust me, there's so much to cover. Right, so I've been on this 3 days now back to back, and we should actually just do like a tally, like how much was made at the end of each week. If this becomes a series, I don't want to promise something then I don't have enough time to deliver. But I saw yesterday's comments, yesterday's video, and you guys are saying you want more of this stuff. So please don't forget to comment down below. Let me know if you know how it's going, if it's helping you, etc., etc. It really does help me when I feedback, because I can plan the limited time that I have around, pushing content that you guys might actually like. But today's Thursday, and we are still in the London session, right? And look, day trader, this is, as a swing trader, I don't care about this stuff most of the time. I'll cover my main big events: FOMC meeting, NFP, ADP, CPI, that kind of stuff. But as a day trader, you have to know impact news every day. You literally, see, right now I'm just focused on structure and taking trades, right? But if we're to talk about a systematic approach is you are up 2 hours before the session starts. So if it's at 9 a.m., none of my floor traders get to the office after 7:30 a.m. It's already too late. 7:30 a.m., everybody's there, everybody's getting zoned in. You must know your impact, high impact news of the day. You must kind of like have an understanding. It's not even that complicated. Why? Because this beautiful website in front of us here, Forex Factory, will break down the basics. Now, don't take it for word value, right? Don't take what they say all the time to mean that's exactly what's going to happen. For example, NFP numbers can be very strong, but if the DXY is in a supply, just because NFP is strong and positive doesn't mean you're going to get dollar strength if dollar is leaving a supply. Yesterday on my Instagram, and do try and follow me on social networks, on my Instagram, I did a whole headline review of about 6 to 7 headlines on oil, and they kept pushing retail traders to go long, and I almost fell for it. I closed my crude oil sales thinking that the sentiment was going to dominate, forgetting the basic number one rule, which is structure over everything, right? So if you open any of these boxes, I'll tell you like, oh look, man, actual greater than focus is good for the currency, etc. So you get a basic understanding of what to expect, but your structure is everything. So today, Thursday, the 8th of September, and I'm not entirely sure if the time is correct now, but it should be 2:15, because sometimes just make sure you're logged into a real account with Forex Factor. It's completely for free. Just sign in. And the reason for that is you want these times to reflect your time zone, all right? Because it could be 8 p.m. and it's reflecting as 2:15. So just make sure your South African time zone, Nigeria, Kenya, students in the Philippines, Lesotho, Zimbabwe, wherever you are, 365, and the broader community, of course, that you've got the right time here, right? But it looks like today we're going to have, during the London session, some interesting Euro news, right? My main focus is obviously the press conference. You know how important a governor is, right? So we're going to have the Euro Central Bank press conference at 2:45. At 3:10, Powell's going to speak. And this now is the intersection between the London session and the New York session that starts at 2 p.m. So it's going to be a bloodbath today. All right. That being said, we're going to see if there are any safe trades to take, or we're just going to stay out of the markets, right? If it's a stay out of the market type of day, what I will do then is quickly in this video start a important market structure reading schematic thing that you need to understand, right? So at 2:15, we got main refinance rate, right? The repo rate, okay, very important. Then the monetary policy statement is going to follow after that, very important. And then, just within an hour, ECB press conference. So there's going to be a lot of volatility today. Like if you're not a good trader, or if you're a good trader, it's sometimes just best to stick out these things. I'm going to put one pen in order. We'll see, how it goes, right? Speaking about pen in orders, I got left behind. So after the zones were taken out, the 1 hour supply zones, and I told you guys I was in a buy up until somewhere here made $200, even though there was $1,000 climb. One of my worst mistakes this week. I put a sell limit order here. All right, somewhere here I drew this zone. It was very tight. And, even if I had chosen the second imbalance zone, I still not have been triggered, right? So technically speaking, price left me behind by 4 pips because I could have started the day off with a beautiful sell right now, right? I have marked out an H1 demand. And the reason for that is, number one, I'm just going according to what I'm seeing. As a day trader, you live in, it's just a day-by-day process. I am aware of the overall arcing trend, right? Once again, the overall arcing trend is for us to sell. We want to sell, I think. Well, let's have an updated look. I'm just gonna go to my swing trader charts. Right, so this is what we marked out in the war rooms on Sunday when we're looking at swing trades, and we spoke about price arriving here, and it has arrived. It's finally arrived. You can see it's not my usual yellow supply zone. I don't like selling here because I'm very, very close to a what used to be a very strong buy zone that's now marked red, right? So we expect this to break over time, but we don't know when that will be. So markets have two options, real quick, right? To continue going up, and if they do, there's another supply here. There's that. Remember, I counted to 11 perfect swing places on the Euro USD since last year, but only about 6 of them have been used, right? You think I'm making it up? No, I'm not. Just watch all my videos. There we go. Here are the 11 swing areas that we marked out together in one of the scenario analysis takes when I was teaching you guys the stuff. And you can see prices here, and it's not where I want to be, right? All we have now is just a clean breakup structure, which is, indicative of a continuous trend. Right, so we've got a clean breakup structure here, right? So that's where price is flirting. Now, I am very I won't even lie to you, because of my time in the markets, my trading psychology, maybe my lack of a desperation in my life right now. The sell zones are never attractive to me, and they can work, right? Price can leave me. I don't want to make this a long intro or a long first take, right? So I'm never attracted to these first sell areas. So zone 11 is more attractive right now than here, right? Here is where sometimes they play with your emotions, or sometimes they just leave people like me behind. And you can see 11, 10, 9, 8, all these zones are fresh, right? It's from 6 and 7 maybe where we can start to talk about mitigated areas of value. But from 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, there's a lot of room for price to kind of like collect some sell pressure, depending on the type of strength price believes it needs to keep falling, right? I've drawn this structure for you, predicted this structure time and time again. So I'm aware of the big picture. What I'm saying to you is that today is a day of the dance, right? The money dance. All of this nonsense is going to push price through. And sometimes the immediate zones in front of price are not always the best, all right? They're not always the best fundamentally because of what, how charts look. Now on our what is this called? On our day trading Euro USD chart, this is the daily supply that I like the most, right? So it's slightly right above where price is right now. There's still another, give or take, let's say with another day or 2 days of bullish run on Euro USD. That would be the daily supply I want. And I'm pretty sure it's the daily supply that we keep talking about as number 11, right? The daily supply that we keep talking about as number 11 on the other chart. This is where price is right now. I don't want to sell, don't want to do much, right? But it could work. Please note it absolutely could work. And then there is the better daily supply, right? So now let's look at the news events for the day, right? So refinancing rate is absolutely crucial, guys, very much crucial. And we know that all these central banks are dealing with inflation. We know that, right? There we go. ECB poised for another big rate hike. Wait a minute. If the rate hike is greater than the forecast, then it's good for the currency, right? So we track a lot of US data, right? I should actually track a lot of Euro data for you, right? So if this comes out bigger or positive, right, we might get enough push, right? But it's going to be based on what that old lady is going to say during the monetary policy statement when it comes out for the public to read, but also based on the press conference and how well she handles the press conference and how well Powell deals with the dollar simultaneously, right? So we could get, a mixed masala day, right? But for me, days like this generally is what we like to use to create the imbalance in the markets for us to come back the next day or a day later to kind of like take a trade. But if today was a normal day, or I didn't know about news and I didn't care about news, I'd be looking at this 1 hour demand that's worth about 17 pips. Why? Well, because markets failed to make a new lower low yesterday, number one. Number two, markets changed character, right? Because remember, the structure was breaking to the downside. There was a change of character somewhere up here, right? And then there was an order block right there. And this order block was used to take out previous supplies and 1 hour supply. And we learned in yesterday's video, which is out now, by the way, that that 1 hour supply was a little bit silly because it really didn't have the type of imbalance we teach in our rules. And I should have checked the 2 hour time frame, to be honest with you. Right, if I check the 2 hour time frame, we've got the same situation today. That H1 demand has no confluence. Be careful of zones like this. This is why I got burnt yesterday. No confluence here, so it's something to look out for, right? The bigger the time frame you use, the better, right? And this now on the H4 is showing me something even crazy. Again, since the start of this series, I've made money selling an imbalance, and yesterday I made money buying an imbalance using smaller time frames. But on the bigger time frames, it seems to me that the H4 time frame only just got done forming a new buy zone, which absolutely might need to get mitigated if Euro USD is to get the push it needs on these smaller time frames. It might need a push up because, again, good news could push Euro up, right? But it's really based on where price is in the open and how the play is going to be. So on my 1 hour time frame, there is room for a short-term buy, which will most likely get liquidated. I mean, I don't trust this. But if we're doing, a situation where we want to take every single trade that comes our way to move in a group of clusters, this is a very high-risk buy trade. I missed the sell, unfortunately, by 4 pips, but I'll let you know how the rest of the day goes. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following. Keep up to date with us. Check out the links in the description. But like, share, subscribe. Cheers. Mic check, mic check. Here's an update. ECB lady is giving up her speech, right? We have just had interest rates. They went up by 75 basis points from 50 basis points ladies and gentlemen, fundamental traders will tell you that makes the currency strong. But right. So remember earlier on in the take, I was like, look, price missed my pin in order, so I did nothing. Right, just stuck with the plan. Remember the sell pin in limit we put here, supply, NFP supply. Right, look at how the asset opened today. The same stuff I keep teaching you guys. I'm gonna repeat. Not enough pips, so it created the high of the day. And so remember I said in the earlier take, there's a risky place to buy. There's no confluence on the 2 hour like we saw in the morning, right? So all I have is my beautiful sell trade running for currently, let me take a screenshot so that when I say currently, you can see for yourself, about 240 US dollars. Had you been, guys, this is what I'm offering. Well, I've already given it to you. Please master this stuff, right? So we know the day is going to end, however zigzaggy, but prices dropped for about 91 pips. Literally another. Yesterday I had a 200 US dollar day. Today I have another 200 US dollar day. If I close right now, that was Thursday. Wednesday, yes, yesterday. Tuesday I had a 300 and something US dollar day. Monday I didn't trade, and I'm just talking about Euro USD, right? So I'm gonna start creating a video now on how I trade scenario analysis across 10 pairs, because it's not the only trades I'm in right now as a day trader, right? But if I put out thumbnails like 1,000 US dollar day every day, right? That sounds scammy, because a lot of people have been doing such scamming things and lying to people, right? So I'll avoid talking or advertising the videos like that, but I hope you can see for yourself that this is absolutely brutally possible, right? And guess what? I've just finished working on the concept video I kept talking you about, the schematic readings. You see, I did it right here again, just like I did it yesterday, to see that it's time to buy. Same thing happened. So when you watch that video, probably drop it on Friday. Friday, no trading for me on Fridays, generally speaking. At 8:30 a.m. I have therapy for about an hour, and then about from 9:30, take my partner out for breakfast, and we talk, and we have, just enjoy each other's time. Check up on the trading floor between 12 and about 2 p.m. and then I'm done for the day. Sorry about the noise. Sorry, working from home, and sometimes it's kids. Right, so this is literally where we are with price, as price makes it forward. Remember, I drew this H4 demand zone. Just so you know, of course, the live, right? This is something important to watch Bloomberg when you trade sometimes, especially when there's a live day. There's no lyric to explain what's going on. Listen to what she's saying, but trade what the market is doing, right? I never trade live news events, by the way. I'm not in this trade because of euro, blah, blah, blah. I'm in this trade because of supply and demand. The pin in order of this trade was placed days before. That's why I'm in this trade. All right. Catch you guys in the next update. I'm assuming markets are going to now try to recorrect this imbalance. It's going to be interesting because there isn't an order block to catch price anytime soon. So I would rather close. Right. This is 30 minutes. This is 15 minutes. There's no, I'm looking for a retracement order block. There's none. Nada. Nothing. 5 minutes. You see that on the 5 minutes time frame, I only entered somewhere here. So, if I was to move my stop loss from above the yellow zone, there's no way to place it. Right on the 1 minute, this searching for straws. I could put my stop loss just above this cluster here. It's not even the cleanest, right? But it'll be above where, buy side liquidity was taken out. This is a support, a previous support that we drew a couple of times. But yeah, I'm happy with the $250 US day here. I'll close my pound. I'll let pound USD run a little bit further, just so you guys know. Powell is talking somewhere, right? There's also Powell talk happening right now with the dollar. So what I like to do is when I'm in a sell for Euro USD, I need to see my DXY bounce from a demand, but not only just bounce from a demand. I need to see my USD make a clean recovery. There we go, right? And then know for a fact that nothing can stop her. Right, so for example, this 1 hour supply needs to get broken. If it gets broken, euro will keep falling. If euro keeps falling, I can hold my sell. Right, look at this parabolic structure on DXY on the 50 minutes time frame. What did I say about parabolic structures? Can somebody remind me? Yesterday I told you guys it's like standing in front of a sharp arrow, and you're the first thing that sharp arrow, straight, powerful arrow is going to hit. right? There's no ways you can survive, right? So the 50 minutes time frame for a broken supply. I just want to translate this further. I'm just going as quickly as I can. All right, right. And I need to leave soon, right? In about 10 minutes, it will be time for me to again join my senior traders as we start to kind of like see what the stock market is doing, right? So if this supply breaks, I mean, you guys are going to see this in hindsight, unfortunately, but this is what the trade looks like right now. Then this might be another place to kind of like start holding on the 1 hour time frame. There's really not much up until the last top of price, if you know what I mean, right? So if dollar can make past here, zigzag around and go further up, then it's quite a clean path to the upside. I don't even know what Paul is saying. I'm behind on the live with what Euro Central Bank lady is saying, launch or whatever, however you pronounce it. So I'm just trading structure. And the nice part about it is I'm executing a previous trading plan, right, which was always to sell Euro USD at that level, which was very clear. And I did say the first time we can really think about, buying the euro now is where price formed a good order block, which is actually much more visible on the H4 time frame, right? Bullish engulfing pattern right there on the H4 time frame tells us this, right? So then we start to read our structure correctly. We'll see we've got, okay, cool, a new bearish engulfing pattern on H4 and prices dropping. So this will be a good place to take profit for those of you who want to hold or hold in, or whenever you see this, right? See how price played out. For me, I'm about to hit stocks market right now, so I might as well just, take a leave. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, another beautiful, successful trading day. You guys this is crazy. The series is just unplanned, right? So I'm really enjoying this. Thank you for the feedback. Keep liking, keep subscribing, keep commenting, and I hope to keep bringing out, the stuff, right? So, another good way to kind of like end this is just to break even and then see how it goes, right? See you guys on the next one. Peace.